After you reconcile the rent ledger record for a non-paying tenant, what do you do next?
Well, yes, so let's draft the N4, starting with the parties. So your N4 has above, which is called the style of cause. That's to the tenants, to the landlord, and to the rental address. Section 43 of the Act, 43 of the Residential Tenancies Act, reading that governs what was required on a notice of termination. It needs to be signed by the landlord. It needs to correctly identify the rental unit, and it needs to have the termination date. The termination date on the N4 needs to be at least 14 days. The rental unit needs the proper rental unit identified. That's a very common error. Lower and first floor, upper and second floor does not mean the same thing. Check your lease and use the rental unit that's on the lease when entering in your N4. You can't interchange these things. It should match the lease. And then finally, the termination date, as I said, must be at least 14 days. Your rent record, your periods are correct, and then the notice is signed. A lot of landlords make the mistake when they do the last line on their rental period. They do the first of the month, which if the tenant pays on the first of the month, that's correct. But then they do to the day that they filled out the N4. So today, like if let's say we were filling out an N4 today, November 24th, many landlords accidentally put November 1st to the 24th and then the amount they haven't paid because that's the date they're filling out the notice. That's unfortunately wrong, and I see a lot of that. It's unfortunate. So it's always to the first of the month, to the end of the month, or from the first day they make a payment.
Let's repeat that one more time.
Or from the first day they make a payment, if it's the 15th, to the end, which would be the 14th. It's not the first to the first or the 15th to the 15th. It's always the first of the month to the end of the month, or the first day they pay, the 15th to the day before they pay. In this case would be the 14th. So it's not the first of the period to the first of the period. It's the first of the period to the last of the period.